Boy, this guy's getting all fluffy on me. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for coming and checking this one out. I'm pretty excited about today's video actually, because it's something that I wished and wanted to do for a long time, and I got a chance to come film it today, so I'm pretty stoked about it. I hope you guys like it. But we are at, it's actually Dustin's brother's house. They're technically my cousin, but you know, we'll go the Dustin route here. He raises pheasants. He raises about 3,000 a year, I believe, and he said that I can come out and film. So I'm going to show you guys how he does what he does, or at least I'm going to try anyway. We're going to show you from the small ones that he has all the way through the other two pens, and hope you guys find it as interesting as I do. But stick around, it's going to be fun. Alright guys, these are, I'm going to try not to scare him here, but these are actually like about 3 weeks old or so. Look at them all. How many are in this pen?
There's about 1,100.
About 1,100 here. So they're going in and out here through this door out into the alleyway. We'll go out and show you that here in a little bit. But there is about 1,100. Hey guys. About 1,100 pheasants. These are the ringneck pheasants. They're actually, ooh, look at, they can fly already at 3 weeks. That is crazy. But he's got little drinkers here. We'll show you the water system and a bunch of feeders. And this is the brooder house. These are propane heaters here that they can go and they can lower down when it's colder, when he has them earlier in the year. Heat this room all up nice and keep them nice and cozy. But this is the first pen. They're just cool. Look at them stacked up. I love pheasants. But they're a little bit nervous. They're not too bad right now, but I don't want to spook them too much. So, especially today, it's really hot, really humid, so I don't want to freak them out too much and mess up everything. Anyway, these waters here, they just bump this a little bit. Hope you can see it here. Hey, buddy. What's up? All right, see ya. They go and they bump this, and then a drip comes down from here, and that's what they get to drink. And it comes through this regulator here, through this hose, through the wall, and here is their water supply. So he's got a little tap here to help control that, and it's just a barrel filled with water. That way he can put a mineral and vitamin supplement in there, help the birds grow nice and strong, which, I mean, you gotta keep them alive, so you gotta do everything you can, because you get pretty much one shot. It's not something that you can just order again here in about a month and expect them to be at the same point when you're looking to get rid of them. Alright, we are coming around the outside of the alleyway. This is the door that we were looking at a little bit ago. Look at all the pheasants. Whoa. Crazy little birds. So this is the alleyway that runs from the brooder barn, and it runs out to the flight pens. And so these birds have been hanging out here for a little while, getting used to being outside, and that way when they get into the flight pens that they don't just freak out and have no idea what they're doing. So yeah, it's a great close-up there with that wire, isn't it? We'll get you guys some better footage here in a little bit. But range feeder there, put a whole bunch of feed in that at once. That's real helpful. Another waterer. But anyway, we'll go see what the flight pens look like. Alright, coming up here to one of the flight pens. So this little room here is when they want to catch them. They can herd them all down in here out of these big flight pens. That way they're not running through, oh, they're what, 25 by 100 yards? Is that about right?
The pens?
Yeah.
They're 50 by 300 feet.
They're pretty good size, and we'll see if we can get close up of some of these older birds here running down the pathways. So they got blinders on them to keep them from pecking each other, because there's about 1,000 or 1,100 birds in each one of these pens, which is enough space, but they will beat each other up. You can't have a whole bunch of birds picking each other's feathers off and fighting all the time. You gotta put the little blinders on them. It goes into a little piece on their beak there, and it keeps them from pecking at each other when looking straight ahead, but they can still fly, they can still feed, water. Doesn't affect them otherwise. Actually, if you watch them fly, they actually fly kind of sideways. It's kind of funny to watch. But we'll see what everything else looks like. It is hot out here, by the way, guys. So we're not gonna mess with them too much. but we're gonna at least try and show you a little bit of what they're doing though. There's one of the alleyways in between all these pens. He's got 3 flight pens out here, and each one can hold about 1,000 birds, give or take. These are the old, look how pretty they are. There's a nice young cockbird. A few more here hanging out by the feeder. What's up, buddy? Alright, we're gonna go into a pen a little bit here. Hey, buddy. Sorry to interrupt your meal. Some guys hanging out in the shade there. Like, what the crap are you doing here, dude? You don't look so cool right now. He's gonna be pretty here in a month or two, but my goodness. Hey, buddy. Oh, that was awesome. So as you guys can see, the nets are being held up by these poles here, and these poles are actually just 2x4s or 4x4s that are stuck up into the net. So if it snows or something later on in the year, like before they get rid of them, you know, November, December, stuff like that, when it gets cold, if you still have any birds left out here and it snows real heavy, snow will actually collect on top of these nets if it's a good heavy snow. And that's a lot of weight, a lot of weight. And you don't want it to rip the nets and stuff like that. And so you can go kick these out or lay them down. It'll drop the nets down. The birds can still get underneath it, but it doesn't mess up his pen, because these aren't the cheapest things to build by any means. And you don't want to be repairing nets all the time, and it just tears up a bunch of stuff if you don't. So you can kick all these out, drop everything down, and then once you get everything shaken out or whatever, lift it back up and the birds can go back to actually flying around. Your little hen here. What's that, pretty girl? I hear you. There's a bunch of them back there. They're all talking about how weird we are. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys these big range feeders here real quick. These feeders, pop the top off, and there's their food ration. And down here, you can see they just go in, eat away. Kind of like a pig feeder or about anything else actually. It's just, you could put a lot of feed in there for the pheasants. So there's a bunch of feeders out here. I'm not sure how many at least, but I'm sure that they're spread all the way down the pens here. That way the birds don't have to come all the way up here. But these birds have lots of room to fly. And then once they get good and strong and ready for the controlled shooting market, we'll run them all the way down to this end and herd them into this door here, which will open up. This is actually where we came in at. Herd them through the door, take them down the alley, and then into that catch pen. Hey, buddy. No! It's like if I'm standing up, they don't care. So I'm actually going to take a little walk down this pathway here and just see how many of them I can see. I'm not going to count by any means, but just sort of look off around, hopefully show you guys a little bit more of the pen. That way you have a little better understanding of it. Who's that? It's like a jungle in there. Whew. Another big range feeder. And here is one of the watering areas. So there's actually 3 of these hydrants with the waters here that are running all the time for each one of these pens. That way they have plenty of water and don't get all stressed out. They're actually scattered, I think, throughout the whole pen here. And each one's got a feeder close by. Another thing, so if you notice, there's a lot of places that have tinner on the bottom. The tinner on the bottom is that way predators can't see in. It makes a huge difference when they start to come around. You see coyotes and raccoons and stuff like that. A lot of times, if they can't see them, they won't bug them quite as much. And it also keeps the birds a little bit calm. They're not trying to stick their heads through, not getting their peepers caught in the nets, and it just keeps everything a whole lot nicer. So that's why there's tinner on the bottom. Look at them all. This guy's following me. Hey, buddy. What's up? You the biggest, baddest guy in town? And your girlfriend? Boy, this guy's getting all fluffy on me. Are you gonna kick my butt? Yeah, you can't see me if you look straight at me, bud. Oh. Just going back. Okay, I'm just gonna keep on walking. And we are at water and feed space number 2. Hydrant, water pans, 2 big old feeders, and 1 friendly old pheasant and his comrades. Sunning over. Oh, he was sunbathing and I put the camera on him. He got all shy. A hen. There's about 50-50 hens and roosters in these pens. You can order just all cockbirds or hen birds, but he does about the straight run is what they call it. It's half and half. Alright, the big pen that we just came out of, actually, those birds are 16 weeks old. So they're about half, a little, 2/3 of the way ready. Most of the birds, they get rid of right around that 24 weeks old, give or take. That's about when they hit their peak maturity and their tails get nice and long. That's when they're in their prime. That's the best time to get rid of them there. So these birds, the big pen here, they'll be going out probably right around middle to end of November, right around when hunting season here in Kansas kicks off. And then the middle pen, those are about 10 weeks old. There will be a month or 2 after that, of course. And then the very first ones you saw, those guys are actually only 3 weeks old. They'll come out at about 5 weeks old, and they'll be ready around the first of the year. Pretty cool though. I mean, that's a lot of birds and a lot of work that goes into them. If you guys like this type of video, you guys gotta let me know. I enjoy coming out to places like this, pheasants and quail, outdoors. Wild birds in general are really my thing. I enjoy that a lot. But if you guys like it, hit the thumbs up button. Drop me a comment, tell me what you guys want to see. If you guys want to see more about it, see less about it. You said I can come back out and film some more stuff. If you guys want to see some more of the operation, maybe like when they're putting blinders on, when they're catching birds, stuff like that, let me know. If you guys want to see that thing, maybe I'll be able to set that up. And also, if you guys are in Kansas, there's still about 1,000 roosters still for sale though. So if you guys are really interested in getting some birds, you might have to let me know and I can maybe set you up with some. But anyway, appreciate you guys coming, hanging out. Hope you guys liked the video, and we'll see you next time.